What is up, guys? Nate here to show you a full day of eating for myself. Now, mind you, it's not a direct day from morning to night. Due to schedule complications and things that came up, we just had to kind of split this up. But to give you guys an idea of what I eat in a day, check it out. Every morning I wake up, I'll do my morning supplements. It's pretty much what I've got is L-carnitine, I've got vitamin C, I've got some, what else? I feel like I can say it right now. Look, I just take pills without knowing what the fuck they are. L-tyrosine, alpha, GPC, we've got mastic gum, and we've got L-carnitine as well. In here I've got 20 ounces of spring water. It's about 6 ounces of George's aloe vera juice. It's good for digestion. And a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, but like Red's, it's like pink salt. And then it's got glutamine in there as well. And then 1 serving of Cement Factory Gut Revival, good for digestion. So I take that upon fasting, or I take it upon waking up while fasted. Clearly, I'm still asleep. I can't talk right now because I sound like an idiot. Fun fact. Friend showed me this. See these capsules? You know how we normally take them and we do this? Well, this motherfucker told me because they float to look down, and it's a game changer. So check it out. Voila. It goes down a lot smoother. Take notes. So what I do is on Sundays, as I get all these pills that I need for the week set up, just because doing it every day is just a pain in the ass. I have to go downstairs and mess with it, and it's a lot of preparation. So if you want to be good at anything, you got to prepare for it, right? But when it comes to bodybuilding, it's preparation on a whole different level. And I think the more prepared you are, the better you can become. Obviously, that's kind of like a stupid ass thing to say. It's like, oh, the better prepared you are, the better you will be. It's really true with anything, but this is, I used to have to go downstairs, do this, come back upstairs, and it's all about how efficient can you make something. Going with the blueberry rice and grinds. For this meal, I need a 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon of salt. What I'll probably do is put a 1/4 in my cream of rice and put a 1/4 in my protein that I make it. Man, all my bowls are dirty. Alright, here we go. Going with carrot cake flavor today, y'all. Yesterday the marshmallow messed me up. And then I need 125 grams of blueberries. Comes in handy when they're frozen because, what's it called? The cream of rice is really hot and I'm kind of hungry. It's actually like, this is probably one of my favorite meals of the day. You'll see a little bit left is on there. That's why. Do yourself a favor and wipe this off right away. If not, it's gonna get caked on there. No pun intended, but it'll get stuck. It's a pain in the ass. I enjoy breakfast so much since I was a kid. Always look forward to breakfast, whether it was pancakes, freaking cereal. I love cereal. Kolaches. You know, I never knew what kolaches were until I was like 15 years old. I started working at a donut shop. I'm like, what are these things? No joke. Okay, so post-workout meal. It's been about 40 minutes since we finished our workout. And gotta get certain things ready. So what we're gonna do, you need 100 grams of carbs worth of cereal. Get that out of your way. So I'm going with Rice Krispies, low fat, low sugar. Did the calculation already. I need 111 grams weighed. I always weigh it. You know, if you can weigh it, it's a lot more accurate. So you go like measuring cup stuff, it's not the same. So it's light stuff. It digests pretty fast, and it's an easy way to get carbs without stuffing your stomach. 10 grams glutamine. I need 50 grams worth of protein. I just did this like a couple hours ago, just making sure. 1.6 times 34, 57, good. I'm weird, I try to put this in something dry first. That way, in case if I overdo it, like I can, not only is it easier to grab it than a higher cup, but if it's dry, it's not gonna stick and waste protein. I swear I'm not cheap, I just don't like wasting food. 57 grams. I do it in a wife beater. Ooh, 56, come on, baby. There it is. All right. I recommend putting water first instead of your powder first because it'll be less likely to cake on the bottom. Pour the protein in. Put a little bit of ice, not too much, just enough to melt when you mix it. Got my carbohydrate source from Rice Krispies. It's 100 grams worth of carbs, 50 grams of grass-fed protein isolate, and then I got 10 grams of glutamine, 7 grams of leucine. Okay guys, meal 3, I just dry scooped my glutamine. I've got my 190 grams of chicken tenderloins along with my 175 grams of rice. And then from there I did 8 milliliters of macadamia nut oil. When you're getting oils, guys, make sure it's in a dark bottle. That's how you can tell it's a better quality grade oil. A lot of times these olive oils and other oils that they make are in a clear bottle. People don't realize this, but a lot of daylight and sunlight and lights in general can damage the property of the oils. And so I'm gonna top it off with Flavor Gang sauce. Love the way stuff tastes. It's got a few artificial sweeteners in it, but I don't care. I try to measure it out to 1 serving. I'm gonna leave it out because I'm gonna eat afterwards too. From there, I'm gonna put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt on my food. Again, a lot of us are not consuming enough salt, believe it or not, especially if you're working out. So salt is very important to consume. It's good for a lot of stuff. I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna show y'all what I do after I eat if I'm at home or whenever I have the abilities to do this. We're gonna be running a little bit behind, but it's all good. All right, guys, so I'm on meal number 4, high carb day. Got my cereal here. But I always start my meals beforehand. Get my glutamine. So about my 5 grams of glutamine pre-meal. Yeah, I dry scoop it. Okay, meal number 4, guys, on a high carb meal. Just like the last meal you saw. Got 130 grams of chicken tenderloin, 350 grams of jasmine rice, and 1 cup of my chocolate cocoa pebbles. I'm gonna microwave it up. 87. Perfect. Look at that, 87. You'd appreciate this, Em. You being a nurse and all. I'm checking it 2 hours after my meals because I'm doing a lot of carbs today, and so I want to see where I'm at. But if you look at like 2 hours after my post-workout shake, after I had 200 grams of carbs, it was at 151. Okay. But then after that, at 11 a.m. was at, I'm sorry.
Does it show you the spikes? Like, do you get a chart and everything?
Yeah.
Great.
And so, I'm sorry, it was at 137 earlier, but then today, or just now, 87, and so that's where I want to be. Prime glucose levels, guys, you want to be like 85 to like 90-ish. 95 is okay, it's a little bit high, but this is showing me that I'm going to absorb this meal and it's going to go into my cell and I'm going to use these carbohydrates for energy. If my glucose was like in the hundreds or elevated, I wouldn't be absorbing all these meals, so therefore I would probably either have to rely on insulin or give it some more time for my blood glucose to drop. So if you're not doing this and being really nerdy and have glasses to match it, you're not doing it right. But yeah, now we eat. I'm starving. Alrighty, guys, meal number 4 for me. This is one of my favorite meals. Obviously, my favorite meal is either breakfast or the meal I go before bed. But right now, in little Tupperware hack, I use a glass Tupperware. Some of y'all might think it's dirty. I keep it cold for the most part when I'm not using it. But instead of having a bunch of Tupperwares, I have 1 glass Tupperware and I put my stuff in Ziploc bags. And then I try to recycle the bags, but you know, sometimes I don't. So what we're doing here, I've got 250 grams of jasmine rice. Looks like a snowball. Plop that in there. Whoop-ah! I ran out of veggies, so I ran out of green veggies, so I'm sticking with some yellow zucchini squash. Then I got 210 grams of 96.4 lean ground beef, seasoned with turmeric, cumin, some sage, what else did I use? Basil. Comes out pretty good. I'm gonna heat this bad boy up. About 1.5 minutes. Okay, something I do as well, use my sauce from Flavor Gang. This is my favorite sauce right here, guys, the Sriracha Maple. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend it. Also, put a little bit of more sodium on my food, low sodium soy sauce. It's interesting, on my high carb days, I actually use regular soy sauce for the extra salt. When you're eating a lot more carbs, I would highly recommend increasing your salt as well. Salt serves as a transporter to kind of help push your carbs into your muscles. And so a lot of times we don't look at salt, we neglect it. And something I do is I add a 1/4 teaspoon of Redmond's sea salt on every one of my meals. Guys, a lot of times we just neglect sodium and salt in general. And again, if you're an athlete, you're working out, you're sweating, you're running, you need sodium. Now, mind you, if you're a little overweight, you have blood pressure issues, or just in general, salt will kind of help you make you retain water. Maybe don't do as much salt. But if you're an athlete, your health is fine, you're working out a lot, you're sweating a lot, highly, highly, highly recommend putting salt on all your meals. Most of my clients, when I meet them, I ask them how much salt they're consuming. They don't add any salt at all. And so that's a big problem. You need salt for muscle contraction. A lot of people think it's just, oh, I need carbs. No, you don't. You need that salt. Look at that, it smells so good. Doesn't look that appealing, but it is. Just a little bit of sodium, a little bit of soy sauce. You gotta do it clockwise, guys. If you don't rotate your spoon clockwise while adding salt, it doesn't work the same. I'm joking. It's counterclockwise. That's a joke too. Then I pour a little bit of my sauce. And voila, mozzarella. There you go. That is my meal 4 for the day. I've got, is it my meal 4? Is it? Yeah, meal 4. I lose count. But I got 3 more meals after this, which I'm really excited about. Alrighty, so time to dig in. I like to eat my protein first and then my carbs next, but sometimes I mix it all together too. Anyways, I'm like literally salivating while I'm talking. Might be drooling, so I'm gonna stop talking now. Okay, what is up, guys? It is now 2 p.m. looking at my meal 5. Very similar, nothing too exciting per se. Another chicken and rice meal, but again, we've got 210 grams of chicken breast tenderloins. We've got 250 grams of jasmine rice. I ran out of my green vegetables, as I told you earlier, so I got some yellow zucchini squash in there. And I've got 5 grams of macadamia nut oil. And again, using my favorite sauce, my sriracha maple from Flavor Gang. Love this stuff. Prep friendly, 0 sugar, 0 fat. It says 0 calories, but you know, it's probably got a few. But nonetheless, very prep friendly. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to add or tell you guys is that put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt on top. Okay, as I told you earlier, if you're working out a lot, your blood pressure is in a good state, add sodium to your foods, guys. You need the salt. My mouth is like watery. I'm feeling about to drool. That's how hungry I am. Alrighty, meal number 7 after so many weeks. But we know this isn't all in one day. But what we're gonna have going on, today's my baseline day, so just had a first day back working out. Actually, second day back. Yesterday I did legs. So it's gonna be 300 grams of liquid egg whites, 25 grams of protein from casein protein, 25 grams of protein from whey protein, 30 grams of carbs from oat flour, and then I get 16 grams of cashew butter, which I'm excited about. I'm gonna make it into like a little protein cake type of thing. It's really kind of cool. This is my favorite meal of the day. I don't know, this one or the lean ground beef meal. It's a toss up, but this one's really good. I enjoy it quite a bit. It just kind of takes some preparation, and you know, I'm lazy. I'm really good at being lazy, and this doesn't clash with what I do. So I need 30 grams worth of carbs. So if you can see this, check this out. If I need this is simple math, guys, just to kind of give you an idea. If I need 30 grams of carbs in this meal, and each serving size is 21 grams, how many grams do I weigh? If a car is traveling 60 miles an hour and you're going 2 miles, blah, 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 when would Jane? Well, it's simple like that, right? So what we do, 30 divided by 21. So 21 goes into 30 grams of carbs, which is what I need. 1.42857 times. So I'm just gonna round up just because I want to get more food anyways. So 1.43. 1.43. Now multiply that by the serving size of 30 grams. Now I have to weigh 43 grams to equal my 30 grams of carbs worth of oat flour. A lot of y'all are like mind blown, like, whoa. I know. You gotta love math. I like math, believe it or not. I was having a discussion the other day with somebody. Damn, too much. $45. I'll take the extra 2 grams. Some of it will get stuck on the bowl, and won't be able to utilize it, so make up for that. I'm like, if that's the case, let me put another 30 grams in there. If only were that simple. Okay, now I'm gonna weigh out my 300 grams of egg whites. It's quite a bit of egg white to oat flour ratio, not gonna lie. And this pancake, and not pancake, but this like cake thing, whenever we make it, it always comes out in the most weird, messed up shape. Kind of comes out like, you'll see it. Last but not least, baking soda. All this work. It's worth it though. Teaspoon of that. I should have got that whisk thing. It's quite a bit of Flurfy. Oh, look at Flurfy. Oh, little Flurfy. He's looking so girthy. Ever since his birthday. There's Fat Boy Bings. Always needing attention, this one. And then you got Salvo, the Lone Ranger, the one that annoys my wife the most. Annoys me the most too, but I can tolerate him. She can't. All right. And then for my casing, I like to use True Nutrition. I even use their grass-fed beef whey protein. I take it back. Grass-fed beef protein. You can't have grass-fed beef whey. That doesn't work that way. Watching my freaking cake in there, making sure it doesn't overflow. It's all this multitasking. Same thing. 29 grams is 20. Okay, now to make the icing. This is what I found most effective. To get that water ratio that you need, it's pretty tricky, guys. Not gonna lie. So you always want to start off with less water. Boom. do my 5 grams of glutamine before I eat every meal. And then I'm doing a capsule of this glucose disposal agent using Matador by Project AD. And again, this is going to help to keep your insulin sensitivity kind of where it needs to be. Kind of a fun one, a little different, looks off plan. There it is. All right, there you go. There you have it, a full day of eating. Again, guys, this wasn't a full day in a row, but the meals are staying pretty consistent for the most part. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.